Welcome back to Proof of Work News. This is Coinology. Let's go ahead and jump into the market. So it looks like BTC is up only 0.5%. The market seems to be moving sideways. We have a couple outliers. We do have Decred up 10%. We have Bitcoin Cash up 4.3%. We have Beam up a little bit. And then one huge outlier that seems to be defying logic is Kaspa. Kaspa continuously is just moving up. I can't help but think that there is some market manipulation going on there from Bitmain, maybe Ice River. I don't know. What do you think? Drop a comment down below. Today I wanted to talk to everybody about FLUX, proof of useful work. I know that there's been a lot of hype around it. There are new products coming out about it. None of this is financial advice. It's just what I think. It's from the research I've done. Moving over to FLUX's current price, we're sitting at about almost 45 cents. Looks like the all-time high of FLUX was just about a little over $3. Current network hash rate, where we've come down quite a bit since the Ethereum merge. So this peak here was at the Ethereum merge. I think a lot of people moved over to either FLUX or Ergo, thinking that those were going to be the new Ethereums. FLUX since has pretty much dissipated, and their price has come down quite a bit. This is from a Yahoo Finance blog post, and basically it's discussing FLUX and the proof of useful work that is coming up very shortly. And what it says is the FLUX Web3 cloud is a suite of decentralized computing services and blockchain as a service solutions which offer an interoperable, decentralized AWS-like development environment. FLUX uses a native proof of work coin to power this ecosystem, supplying incentives for hardware hosters, governance on-chain, and bad actor mitigation via staking requirements for running hardware. The FLUX operating system runs on top of Linux to provide the network with verified and benchmarked high availability compute power and uses the blockchain to ensure transparency in governance operations. FLUX node operators can choose from 3 tiers of hardware requirements to stand up after providing the necessary FLUX capital soft locked in their wallet. This allows anyone to be rewarded for supplying hardware to the network from anywhere in the world. To learn more, please visit runonflux.io. The blog post does then go into proof of useful work and basically says that AI applications require infrastructure that can make heavy computations such as GPU or specialized AI hardware like NVIDIA Jetsons. AI applications also require massive amounts of storage as AI uses large data sets while also generating lots of data on its own. Unfortunately, developers and businesses are already experiencing difficulties in securing infrastructure using the centralized cloud providers at Google, Amazon, and Microsoft. With the huge demand on AI resources, the supply is simply falling behind. The issue is further complicated by the ongoing global shortages of computer chips, a lingering effect of the COVID-19 pandemic. So far, centralized cloud providers have not been able to solve these infrastructure shortages. Building an even larger centralized data center only compounds the problem as the microchip and GPU supply chain becomes even more overheated, leading to longer lead times and higher prices for everyone. It is at this critical time that FLUX, the Web3 decentralized cloud provider, is about to launch an entirely new product that will make massive amounts of GPU resources available on a highly scalable and low latency decentralized cloud platform. FLUX is pioneering a proof of useful work system that allows clients to submit tasks to the massive amounts of GPUs that are currently used for cryptocurrency mining. There are currently about 200,000 GPUs already connected to the FLUX network, and those GPUs are only a fraction of the combined GPUs currently in use for blockchain mining. There is really no shortage of GPU infrastructure as the GPUs needed for AI are already out in the world. They just need the secure marketplace and cloud platform that FLUX will provide. The FLUX approach to providing the cost-efficient, secure, and scalable infrastructure for AI actually solves the problem instead of compounding it. With the circular economy approach, idle GPUs as well as storage can now be utilized for AI workloads. providing a new way to utilize existing resources as while having massive scalability. Flux is about to revolutionize computing by shifting the resources previously used for cryptocurrency mining towards useful work like AI, machine learning, and other compute intensive tasks. Flux aims to become the premier Web3 cloud provider for anyone looking for cost-efficient cloud services. From individuals to large enterprises, while Flux is Web3 centric, it can participate in hybrid Web2, Web3 solutions to create flexible and desirable solutions for clients. Interested parties are welcome to reach out to Flux to learn more about the solutions offered by Flux and its partners at Lumen Technologies and OVH Cloud. Now, something I wanted to go over is the Flux proof of useful work requirements, or what everybody has gathered that is going to be required for Flux proof of useful work and to be successful within that network. Now, the motherboard basically is going to be one that supports Gen 3 PCI 8x electrical lanes. And then we have a motherboard that supports virtualization. You need at least 4 threads for each GPU. The RAM is going to have to be each GPU's VRAM plus 25%. And then any GPU will be accepted, but the VRAM is important and speed is important too. So something like a 12 gigabyte GPU is what you're going to want. Now, as far as the storage is going to be expensive too, because a combination is recommended, the NVMe plus regular hard drives. What that says to me is a ton of costs. As GPU miners, we typically are finding the cheapest motherboards, the cheapest RAM, the cheapest CPU, a $5 flash drive stick to run Hive OS on, and then we are spending all of our money on the most efficient GPUs. This changes the game. Your motherboard is going to be top of the line. Your CPU is going to be top of the line. You're going to need a lot of RAM. You're going to need a very expensive GPU with high VRAM, like a 3090 or a 4090. And then as far as storage is very expensive too, with different kinds of hard drives. If you want to be a competitive player within this network, you're going to have to go this route. Otherwise, you will obviously make some profit, but the bigger players, the people that are going to get the bigger piece of the pie, are going to be people that are on board with all of these sort of hardware requirements. That leads to my skepticism, and don't take this as financial advice. Do your own research, make your own decisions. But that essentially, with that hardware, and with a lot of people with that hardware, that allows for a decentralized network of processors throughout the world, which I think that is cool, comparably to these centralized data centers like Amazon, like Cisco. But my skepticism comes from the fact that these data centers are cheap, their electricity is cheap, their storage is cheap, their servers are better. So why would clients of Flux go with Flux over something like a Cisco or an Amazon? I don't really know, and I can't answer that, and I think that only time will answer that. So for me, I'm not going to go out and spend a ton of money because everybody is talking about Flux proof of useful work. It's being hyped a whole lot. And as far as I'm concerned, the coin hasn't really performed yet. I mean, we haven't really seen a major, upward trend in Flux yet. Obviously, it hit $3 at one point, but we're down to, 45 cents right now. On the other hand, we have things like Caspa, another proof of work chain that is performing day in and day out. Things obviously like Bitcoin as well. There are other cryptocurrencies like Nexa. I don't personally mine Nexa. I'm not a big fan of Nexa, but Nexa has, been at the top of the charts as far as mining profitability quite a few weeks in a row. So for me, I'm going to sit back and watch. I'm not going to jump into Flux proof of useful work. I have some hardware of my own that I could put together. And once I see the profitability of FLUX proof of useful work, then I will know if I'm going to jump in or not. I'd like to see who their clients are going to be. As far as I'm concerned, every interview I've listened to, every blog post, Twitter, whatever, they don't really have any clients concrete, signed on the dotted line, ready to go. So let's see what happens. Don't jump out and, start buying 4090s and 3090s with 12 gigs of RAM and super expensive CPUs and motherboards just because people are FOMOing into it. Take a step back, take a look at your personal finances, what you can afford to lose, and go from there. That's my recommendation. Now, on the other hand, I'm not here trashing FLUX. I think FLUX is a great project, but they are a newer and unproven project comparably to some other projects that have been out for a while. So for me, I'm not going to jump into a project just because. I don't buy hardware just because. I buy hardware for projects that I know are going to be successful or I believe are going to be successful, and I build that hardware around it. Once I see the profitability, the coin issuance, then I jump in. Just my thought. Jumping over to GPU mining profitability for the day, we do have POW back in the lead. I think we've hit on this a number of times, but the main thing I want you to know is do not mine this to your actual home computer. Mine this to an exchange. Mine this to sell. This, in my opinion, not financial advice, is a premium shitcoin. So moving throughout the GPU market, we do have a lot of profitability left over at 10-cent kilowatt hour. All the way down into a lot of the AMD cards. We have Core pumping a little bit. Core is profitable on a couple of cards. All the way down to 1660s on Dynex. 13-cent revenue and 4 cents profit. Alright, ASIC miners. We have the Bitmain, the KS3 doing $3,071 a day. We have the Jazzminer X16-P, which is coming out very soon, doing $11.85 after 10-cent kilowatt hour. We have the S19 XP Hydro. That thing is a beast, doing $7.08 a day. We have the K7 doing $4.87. Moving down, we have the Bitmain Antminer KA3 doing $3.67 after power. What a absolute disappointment. We have the E9 Pro on ETC doing $3.21 a day. Moving down, we do have some profitability on some of our box miners. SE Box 2 doing 63 cents a day. The iPolo V1 Mini SE doing 57 cents a day. We have the Mini SE doing 34 cents a day. About 27 cents a day on these smaller iPolos. The Classic Plus doing 21 cents. If you went ahead and stuck around, I just wanted to say thank you very much. I super appreciate you. I try to do a show every day on only proof of work coins. I don't really buy any of my coins. I only mine them. I try to be as decentralized as possible. And that's where my opinion pieces come from. And if you stuck around for this long, please consider subscribing. As you can see, I'm almost at 100 subscribers. I would super appreciate it. But thank you, everyone, and we will see you tomorrow.